So this is homework. And then we reach the other point and line and area, which is for visualization. Yeah. So I append a canvas, yeah, which is nothing special. And then there's like a special independent function that draw a point out of two number and color radius, including radius. Yeah. So you can visit this web API site to see more information about the Canvas API. And then I declare the other class called Canvas Point. And then Canvas Point actually contains this P that we declared before, right? Let's say I call this is just pure mathematical object. It has no dependency. It has nothing. It only contains some numbers to represent point or line or area. Yeah. And then I create the other variable inside of the canvas point, which has something to do with the render side. So I'm trying to separate the concern, like an algorithm part and then rendering part, which is a good hobby actually. So nothing special, same thing, but we have a render function that actually call this independent, the draw function, and then internally the render function, they give the right information to draw something on the screen using Canvas API, right? So for example, just take a look at the implementation. I mean, let's say example exercise. So I create a new canvas point here, right? And then 10, -50, and 0. Probably, I guess the center is here. So along the X and Y and Z, we have no Z here. But you know, as a mathematic concept, we have a more dimension beyond 3. Anyhow, so I put the radius here and then color RGB, because now we already know the point has a color class, right? So it's like a hierarchy, okay? So I just print them so that we are able to see this object here. Yeah. Object has a point has a color, distance to function, get hex function, right? It has a radius and the render function, yeah, as we can see in the print. And then we can simply, trigger the render function, which belongs to this object, yeah, so that we can see this red, let's say the red color on the screen. How easy, right? I mean, once you have a right data structure and right algorithm, and then the use of the object or class is very optimized. So you can focus your own purpose, because we already resolved some level of complexity on the object side. Yeah. So here, what I'm trying to do is make some little crazy, not crazy, maybe little more fancy things using for group. Yeah. So here, I have a for loop which run around 50, right? And then while looping, I offset the x value, yeah. And then for the y value, I using the sine function to make some like oscillation curve here. So in terms of the use of this point, it's really straightforward, right? Because we simply append how to render. You know what? Tomorrow we're gonna learn a little bit about the 3JS, which is the 3D graphics WebGL high-level wrapper. You can actually directly use this class. Just simply change the render, yeah? Then we can bring all the algorithm that we built already, yeah? So this is nothing special. So even you can do like that. Just create it, oh, sorry. Just create, no color change. We're gonna use all the default value. Yeah, default value is like that. Yeah, or we can play with a little bit, like we can scale it a little bit along the y-axis. Yeah, Come on. Yeah, excessive like a density, I guess. Huh. Maybe we can do not this one, maybe this one. Yeah, I mean, because we already encapsulating all the information, so we can, what I'm trying to say is that focus based on the level of the complexity or level of your purpose, because we already resolved the geometry or color level, which is like a very fundamental. And then on top of it, we can actually deploy our design algorithm or logic, yeah, and then encapsulate that in that level. Yeah. Okay, we have a line here, so nothing special. Same as before. We have a vector. Actually, I just create a vector here. Yeah, I guess I didn't import anything. Okay, here. So we just created very minimum vector here, x, y, z, and then one static function. Yeah, and then we have a line, right? Very simple. Line has a two vector. Yeah, in this case. And then we have some line of code to declare the canvas to append to the div. And this is a draw function, which the import value is not like vector or whatever, just like an array or over array to declare the line, right? And also it has like the other parameter to draw because we're dealing with the renderer right now. Now we are reached the canvas line, which is specialized to render by canvas, right? So we have vectors and line, yeah, it's closed, and then line width and line dash. Actually, where are you here? Oh, yeah, here. Yeah. So, now we can actually mimic the push action in the list. Yeah. And then we have a render, we have a get line function here. So this is the implementation. I mean, the object, how to create the object out of this class. So new keyword, no parameter here. So we create the object, and then we need to put the two number, which stands for XY, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we can simply execute, trigger the render function, yeah. It should be, yeah, here, yeah. And this is the done, yeah. I mean, this is very simple, right? Very straightforward, right? And then let me uncomment here. Yeah, so we get this object. It has this function and variable. Yeah, we can drill down all the way down and up, which is really good. And also, if you trigger the get line function here, yeah, actually we can open the developer console here. So we have 3 lines, right? Because this function is triggered to drive they basically generate the data about the line. Yeah. And then the last one is we basically stringify. Yeah. We are familiar with, right? We know this function. Yeah. Hello. Come on. I save it. Let me refresh it. So now we have this information, right? Yeah. Let me copy this file. And I'm going to open the JSON link here. Just wanted to see whether it works or not, right? Control V and then validate. Yeah, this is validate JSON file. Yeah, meaning that we can use this data to the visualizing different platform, or we can save this one as a sub-site. I mean, there's a lot of possibility because there's data. Yeah. So now we know how to create the line class, particularly for the rendered by canvas, and then we can extract the information from the line. This is the example. And the area here. Yeah, as we said, this is the homework. Yeah, so this is nothing special. I just give you basic sort of functions that required to describe class, like a constructor and render. So all freedom is here. So try to make your own sort of canvas area class. Yeah, this is the challenge, which is good. that we are here, right?